but you know, I like you. You the dude. I like you, and I can see why other people like you. You got that mentality like this is what it is. If you don't like it, kick rocks, and I respect that. You know what I mean? But right now, Mr. Trump, you ain't. You gotta step it up a little bit. I need you to focus on prison reform also, and focus on states not ruling on properly filed pretrial motions, especially pretrial motions to suppress evidence. If there's no hearing on that motion to suppress, then how can this person have a fair trial? It's not possible. And especially if he or she is convicted and they never ruled on the motion that was sent to the court, even if they've written it themselves, it was sent to the court, it was stamped by the clerk of court, that means it's filed. Okay? And if it's filed in the court, that means it's supposed to be set for some sort of hearing, some sort of review, and you will have to be aware of this hearing or review. They can't do it on their own without you acknowledging, without them acknowledging you filed the motion. You would have to be there to see what's going on. So you need to get into the state part. I know you're the executive and you're the power with the federal and everything, but you need to get your people in the Justice Department to look at what's going on in these states, especially here in Virginia, because they doing people wrong here. You see, they're doing people wrong, especially people who file pre-trial motions. Okay, if it's a pre-trial motion, that means you have to hear the motion. You have to. Whether it's just to say, no, it's not properly filed, your lawyer should have done it, the paper was creased, we couldn't see the word, something. They will have to acknowledge the motion in some form or fashion, and they don't do that. Not here in Virginia, especially not in Washington County, Virginia, Abington. And that court system did me dirty. They failed to rule on a pretrial motion to suppress. I had written the motion. I sent it to the court. Okay, it was received by the court clerk, stamp filed on September 3rd, 2009. Okay, that means it's in the court system. A judge is supposed to hear that motion, and they didn't. Okay, now it doesn't matter the crime and all that from here at this point because I was convicted. Okay, I served 12 years and 10 months. Okay, and I'm about to expire my sentence in a couple of 3 months, 2 months. I'm about to expire a 20-year sentence. Shout out to Governor Ralph Northam. He released me on a conditional release because he saw that there was errors in my trial, but he couldn't really do nothing really without setting off a lot of alarms. So he granted me a conditional release, and he stated that I was 13 years over the sentencing guidelines, meaning I should only have 7-year sentence, meaning I should have only served 5 years and 11 months according to the 85% rule here in Virginia. I did 12 years and 10 months before I was released. All right? Whether I did it or not, that's irrelevant. I'm talking about the procedural. Okay? Procedural. That means there's rules. And if citizens break the rules and we're punished, how can judges break the rules and they not be punished? The procedure of hearing pretrial motions is Supreme Court rule precedents. You got to rule on the motion with some acknowledgement, but courts are not doing that. My court didn't do that. So this is my first live. Ain't nobody come on, whatever. But I'm gonna try to see if I can post this because I want people to listen to this. That's enough.